Happy Labor Day, the puppy. I wanted to share a quick video about how I got started as an entrepreneur in business and how it's all kind of coming back full circle this month on September 1st, 2025. And I got my start in actually events, like seminars and events back in 2001, believe it or not, about 2 weeks after September 11th, weirdly. And I spent almost 5 years of my life traveling the country doing seminars, doing events, learning how people sold from stage and the back of the room and all these crazy things. And what's really cool, almost 24 years later, it's all kind of coming back full circle. And I'm actually now going to be launching something literally tonight, on September 1st, 2025. And this week, it's called Voice to Millions. And it's going to be taking the last 2 decades plus, of everything I've ever learned and the art of science of events, seminars. And I just want to give you a context of that. At one point, I calculated how much time I spent in the world of seminars and events. And that number hit 15,000 plus hours. I kind of stopped calculating actually, and I added how much money I'd spent, or the value of the spend, right? So sometimes I'd be invited to events that were $3,000, but I didn't pay for that because I was part of the team or just an industry type of situation. And it was a total value of about $3.5 million worth of marketing, sales, personal development events, real estate events, things like that. So with that said, I consider myself a highly trained expert in the world of events and creating events that you can truly leverage your expertise from. But here's the thing that's changed since the seminar days. It's no longer about spending $200,000 on ads and having 300 people show up. Like many of the people, like Russell Brunson, Eileen Wilder, that's kind of what they teach. And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming because a lot of people are like, look, if I can get 10, 15 people in a room and close 20% of the room, and my offer is 5,000, and they just sold 3 people at 15,000, that's a nice weekend. And then do that maybe twice a month. That's what I call the power of micro events. And that is what exactly the methodology that I'm gonna be teaching you in my new course called Voice to Millions. So I'm super excited about that. All right, that's all I gotta say. I'm actually working on the ads right now and a lot of the content that you're gonna be seeing. This is a very raw video with my dog on my lap, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos. Finally, for the first time, I think in a long time, starting to talk about the 2 decades and a half, almost 25 years, I've been in the information marketing knowledge-based business, and 15, 30, at least 30,000 hours at this point inside of events and working events, creating events, developing events, everything in between. And during COVID, I did actually launch big virtual events, and that's where like all our revenue came in from that and scaling. And I think when I'm sharing all this with you, I say big events, we only had 20 people there, which was a big event at the time, virtually, first time virtually, things like that. And now that's 5 years later, I've like perfected how to get people to show up, how to sell, all the things. So my point is to you is as I start creating content, I hope that you join me. You join me in this kind of new venture of finally, after 2 decades, teaching people how to use the power of events to scale and have a life that they love. Okay, bye.